Dan gaan wij eens even kijken wat hier allemaal te vinden is in de office. Hier is een toerist.
I'm not talking to any tourists.
Oh. Hier
Blijkbaar
zijn
niet.
ook toeristen. Nou, dan gaan we naar Donut Hole Billy's. Want hij heeft een boek van ons. Is toch mooi dit, hè? Dit café ziet er qua indeling bijna hetzelfde uit als de Scumbar.
Ik weet het, dat was in de vorige game ook al. Nu zie ik dit en denk ik, oh, dat is weer hetzelfde.
Ja. Ricky Tinsel. Oh, hier ligt het boek. Op een altaar.
Looks like Billy's got a little offering to Papa Legba here. That's my grandmother's book of voodoo. We call her Grammy. She was a legendary mambo. I should really ask Billy before I take it.
Oké. Donut Hole Billy. Hier is een emmer met water. Kun je die meenemen?
Never know when you might need a bucket of water.
Precies.
Hup. Er ligt ook een
I should use
ridderhandschoen
that bucket of
daaronder.
water before I pick up any other heavy objects.
Oké.
No use trying to talk to Billy while he's
Nou,
in
dan
one
zal
of
je
his
het water
piano
over hem heen
trances.
gooien.
There's got to be a way to snap him out of it.
Kijk. Hier, Billy.
Rise and shine.
Wat een man.
I guess he's still out of it.
Nee, dit zag ik niet aankomen.
Ik ook niet.
I bet I could find a use for this.
Op zijn kop slaan met de stoel. Is dat het volgende plan?
Misschien.
This hurts me more than it hurts you, Billy.
Wat een man, jongen.
Still nothing.
Nou, ijzeren
Wat
handschoen
een
dan.
rare game. Ja.
That's odd. Looks like a metal gauntlet. The sort of medieval knight might wear. Could come in handy, if you'll excuse the pun.
Nou, Billy.
What did the 5 metal fingers say to the face? Hey,
Wat een man.
something fell out of the gauntlet.
Een harmonica.
It's an old harmonica, like the one I used to play with Billy when we were kids. You held on to this for me? After all these years.
Oké.
If I want to get through to him, I need to start speaking his language.
Precies.
We moeten ook muziek maken. Oké.
Hij is wel wakker.
Just
That's
like
it.
old times. Hearing that harmonica always brings me back.
Een hele stoel
What's new,
zo
Voodoo?
kapot geslagen.
Ja. Kijk.
You mind if I borrow Grammy's book?
Help yourself. But I'm surprised you need it. Must be a real tough case.
This old book comes in handy more often than you'd think.
Gratis boek erbij.
I've got a new case. Mind if I pick your brain?
Go right ahead.
Kijk.
Have you ever seen this pendant?
Sorry, I don't go in for any jewelry foolery. Ricky knows more about that sort of thing. You could ask him for a hot tip while you sip.
Goeie tip.
Have you ever heard the name Mary Fontule?
Has my baby brother got eyes for some lovely lady?
It has to do with a case.
Ah, hij is onze broer blijkbaar.
Sure, Voodoo. Whatever you say. Wait, Fontule?
Yeah, Mary Fontule.
I know a Victor Fontule. Maybe she's related to him.
She's his wife.
Going after a married woman, eh? Oh, I'm just messing with you. Sorry, I never met her.
Oké.
That's enough shop talk for now. What's happening, Billy?
Well, shoot, where to begin?
What's with the offering on the piano?
Something ain't swinging right in the spirit realm. I can't lock down the beat. It's all out of tune. The rhythm's wrong. I figured a little spirits for the spirits couldn't hurt.
Oké.
How have you been?
I'm doing all right, brother, especially since you moved here. Although I wish those Island Ventures vultures wouldn't knock such a steady beat on my door. They keep trying to get their tasteless talons into my business. Already own more than half the town. Oh well, in every life, a little rain must fall. As long as I have occasion to tickle the old ivories, I'm satisfied.
I wanted to ask you about something else.
Is dat zo? Is dat
Lay it
klaar?
on me.
Ja.
See you around, Billy.
Come back again soon. And don't forget that harmonica of yours. It always brings me back.
Nou, we hebben het boek nu gekregen. Spells and recipes. A love hacks.
Oké.
Side effects, deafness, dumbness, blindness. Grammy's flaming hot sauce. Ingredients. 9/10 of the lua.
Ah.
Possession ceremony. Owner honer. Return an item to its owner. Handig. Poisson pass-out.
Dit gaat wel van pas komen, denk ik.
Ja. Thubrew. Earn a soul. Appendix. Lekker hoor. Het is een woordenlijst.
Ik wilde zeggen, we hebben een opzoekplek.
Ja. Pyrite parrot.
Weet
Dat wist ik. Ja. Did you know you can skip while double clicking? Dat is handig. Nou, super handig boek. We gaan het meemaken. Mortar and pestle, super handig.
Well, if it isn't New Guinea's newest detective, what can I do for you, VD?
Zo.
Any chance I could borrow your mortar and pestle?
The tools of my trade? Would I ask you for your gree and magnifying glass? Or whatever it is voodoo detectives use to voodoo detect? Well, I guess we could make a trade.
What do you have in mind?
I'm running dangerously low on mint leaf. I need it for all the goofy
Mint
drinks
leaf.
those tourists guzzle down. If you
Je
can
moet die
get
gaan
me more
heden.
mint, the mortar and pestle are all yours.
Oké, good to know.
What do you think of all these tourists?
Well, you know I really can't complain. They bring good business to the bar.
Where did they all come from?
Our quiet little island's become a bit of a hot spot ever since Island Ventures moved in. They set out to commoditize the island experience for package and sale. First it was Island Kitchen, then Island Trader, and now Island Coffee. Sometimes I don't even recognize this town anymore. I don't think they'll stop until this island is just one long line of sweaty tourists shuffling from one island franchise to another. But I can't complain. Like I said, business is good.
Geld is geld, hè?
What was Zawanga like before they showed up?
Well, there were a lot fewer Hawaiian shirts and a heck of a lot more character. The main drag used to be a colorful collection of cozy shops and local flavor. Now it's just a tidy row of island brand imitation. They turned a rum on the rocks into a virgin pina colada. Even started tearing down old monuments. The most recent victim was a Honfo, where island coffee's going up. Now, people practicing voodoo like you and your brother don't really have a place to worship.
That's enough about tourists.
Goeie strop, dat is ook.
I need the skinny on some of the
Het
locals.
is een schedel.
Of course, VD. What do you want to know?
How was my brother Billy doing?
Oh, you know Donut Hole, still tapping his foot and typing out tunes. I'm sure he's pretty fed up with folks trying to take over his bar, but nothing could shade his shine. He's just his wonderful musical self.
Thanks for the info, Ricky. I'm working a new case. Mind if I grill you?
Go right ahead, Mr. Detective.
Oh, vriendelijke mensen.
Have you seen this pendant before?
Oh, vintage. Not really my style, but nice piece. Could be an heirloom. Sorry, I've never seen it before.
What can you tell me about Mary Fontule?
Fontule? I only know of Victor Fontule. He owns Island Ventures.
Misschien is
Thanks
die
for the
Victor
info,
wel
Rick.
betoverd juist.
No
Zou
problem.
kunnen.
It's been a hell of a day, Ricky. Give me a voodoo fizz and make it kick like a mule with hay fever on Mardi Gras.
You got it. On the house.
Hey, gratis drankje.
Sowieso.
Schedeltje erin.
Down the hatch. Delicious.
Kan je het een glas meenemen? Nee.
It's been a
Oh ja,
hell
zegt
of
hij
a
het zelf.
mellow.
You got it.
Ja, dit levert ons niks op. Misschien
Down
levert
the
een achievement op als je 10 keer doet, ik weet het niet. Maar dat gaan we niet
Mogelijk.
proberen.
Delicious.
Nou, we hebben in elk geval het boek gevonden.
Ja.
I've got a split. See you around, Ricky.
Deze toerist is verliefd.
These tourists are everywhere.
Oh ja, hij praat niet met toeristen. Dit zijn locals.
They better not tear this place down, too.
Oké.
These tourists make me appreciate the mosquitoes.
Ze hebben allemaal een hekel aan
I
toeristen, dat
hardly
is wel duidelijk.
recognize this town anymore.
Maar we hebben het boek. Dan kunnen we nu naar die vrouw. Island Kitchen, coming soon. Island Trader. Kunnen we naar binnen?
It's a souvenir shop.
Nee.
Tourist junk.
Nou, ik kan ook rennen met dubbelklikken.
It's a chain restaurant, closed for remodeling. Normally, there's a line around the block. This used to be a humfo, a voodoo place of worship. At least until they bulldozed it to make way for island coffee.
Nog meer toeristen, nog meer toeristen. Crumsford Capital. Dat is een bank. Enter Vault. Lijkt me niet de bedoeling.
Excuse me,
Of
sir.
nog niet.
Would you mind stepping away from the vault? Only Crumsford Capital account holders are allowed in.
Ja.
Ja, ik wil die pot met inkt wel.
It's a bottle of black ink.
I'm sorry,
Altijd
sir,
handig.
but if you take that ink, other customers won't be able to sign our contracts.
Well, we can't have that.
Hello and welcome to Crumsford
Penny,
Capital.
goede naam voor
What
een
can I do for you
bankmedewerker.
today?
Ja.
I'm a voodoo private investigator. I was hoping to speak with Mr. Crumsford.
Sorry, sir. Mr. Crumsford is out at the moment. But don't worry, he should be back soon.
I have no reason to give these people my money.
Oké.
See you.
Nou, dan kunnen we hier op dit moment niks doen.
Nee.
The door is locked.
Sorry, sir.
Bankig uit.
But don't worry.
Nou, die man is weg. Hier is nog een climb to roof. Spannend. Een vent.
The grill is screwed in place. I can hear someone shuffling papers in the office below.
Ah, daar gaat iets gebeuren vroeg of laat.
Are you kidding? Money doesn't grow on trees,
Hey,
you
in
know.
andere games kun je schroeven losmaken met geld.
Precies.
Oh,
That won't help here.
nee. Oké. Kunnen we hier ook nog naar binnen? Ja. Het is een advocatenkantoor.
Legal documents and books on law. I'd rather be stranded on a desert island than read those.
Hey, you keep away from there.
Wel handig, een advocaat. Hier is
Ja.
een ventilation shaft.
It's a ventilation shaft. Looks like it runs to the roof.
Ja, we hebben dus een schroevendraaier voor nodig.
This desk is a little messy, but still, it's a good desk. Mr. Lawton?
If you've come for legal services, I'm afraid I can't take on any more clients at the moment.
Actually, my name is Voodoo Detective. I'm a Voodoo private investigator. Got some questions I was hoping you could answer pro bono.
Absolutely not. I have to finish preparations for an
hij
important
heeft geen tijd voor ons.
affair this evening. Can't you see how busy I am? Oh, how perfectly inconsiderate. I ought to hold you in contempt. You're just like my wife, Kiki, and her little puppets. Well, I'm not a puppet. I'm a man!
Oké.
Have you ever seen this pendant before?
This is a law office, not a lost and found. Now please excuse yourself before I'm forced to take legal action.
Be
Okay.
seeing you.
I certainly hope not.
Ja, die man hebben dus ook niks aan. Fontule Estate. Oh ja, daar gingen we heen. Er is een greenhouse.
Greenhouse is locked. I'll need to find a key.
Oké. Misschien in de fontein. Nee, die kunnen we niet aanklikken. We kunnen wel de topiary aanklikken.
Man, this guy's loaded. We got a garden and a zoo. Man, this guy's loaded.
Allemaal topiaries. Dan gaan we naar binnen.
Good day, sir. How can I help you?
The name is Voodoo Detective. I'm a Voodoo private investigator.
Voodoo, you say? What, may I ask, brings you here?
Actually, I'm looking for a Mr. Fontule. Victor Fontule. That you?
Oh, no, sir. I'm Benny, his butler. This is the Fontule residence, but I'm afraid Mr. Fontule is in a meeting at the moment. Perhaps you could come back another time.
Ja, niemand heeft tijd voor ons.
That's all right. I don't mind waiting inside.
Mr. Fontule should be finished presently.
Kunnen we nog iets hiermee? Painting bekijken.
Fancy hoor. Ze hebben Simsbloemen.
It's a portrait of a fancy man.
Deze kamer is ook precies hetzelfde als de Governor's Mansion van Monkey Island 1. Inclusief de trap. De butler's
I
quarters.
think it's Leopold.
Empty sherry
Empty.
bottles.
Looks like Benny Boy's been drinking more sherry than the Queen.
Goeie onderbroek hier ook met die hatjes.
Ja.
Voodoo for butlers.
Hoodoo for butlers. A couple of chapters are bookmarked. Love spells and mind manipulation. What have you been up to, Benny, old pal?
Informatie. Een brief.
There's a letter here addressed to Benny. Tear stains have blotted out some of the words. Benny, you have to stop. I don't know what he would do if he found... Besides, I can't just forget the way you treated me. I don't know what you're getting at, Hoodoo. You're scaring me. I'd like to remain friends, but you have to stop.
Hij is een stalker.
Sincerely, I wonder if Mary wrote this.
Hij is een stalker.
Opera records and romance novels. There's also handwritten sheet music. It says Benny and the Jest. A ballad about how my love life has been one grand joke.
Oh man. Nou, dan hebben we hier alles wel aangeklikt, denk ik. Even aan Benny vragen hoe dit zit met die brief.
Ja.
I got this letter here addressed to you.
Where did you get that? Have you been in my room?
This looks awfully bad, Benny boy. A letter from someone who doesn't appreciate your attentions. A book of hoodoo in your room. And Mary Fontule wakes up without her memory. Care to explain?
You have been in my room.
Ja.
Mr. Detective, I resent what you're insinuating, and I absolutely cannot abide you invading my privacy. I have nothing but respect and admiration for Mary Fontule. She's my dear friend, and one of the few people to show interest in my opera. I will speak no more on the matter.
Oké.
Mr. Fontule should be
Misschien
finished
wil je wel over andere
presently.
dingen praten. Nee.
Mogen. Nee.
Listen, you old pit viper. I've stuck my neck out for you financing this new factory of yours.
All right. Calm yourself, dear boy. No need to get excited.
Well, if I'm excited, it's your fault.
Ze hebben ruzie.
Quid pro quo, Victor, you slippery worm. I don't like all this cloak and dagger nonsense.
Just a little professional discretion, Gordon. We don't want anyone stealing our recipes, do we?
Discretion? I don't care a fig for your discretion. I care about what's being done with my money.
Ja, het
Be at
sloeg.
ease, my friend. I'll explain it all at the shareholders' meeting. For now, please trust that things are progressing on schedule and as planned.
I don't like being left in the dark, Victor. I don't like it at all. You'd better have some answers next time we meet.
Hij is een boos meneer. En hij is verkouden.
Hij heeft
Sir,
sniffles.
a voodoo detective is here to see you.
A detective?
Voodoo detective, Mr. Fontule. I was hoping we could talk.
I see. Well, why don't you join me in my office?
Laten we dat dan maar doen, hè. Eerst even rondkijken.
Lots of elegant leather-bound books. Just the kind you expect in a fancy office.
A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one.
Hij is ook een filosoof.
You've got quite the collection here. I don't even know what most of this stuff is.
Ah, yes. Those are from the old days before island ventures. I used to travel all over the world, collecting bits and bobs from hither and yon. I find different cultures completely fascinating. It's a bit of a hobby.
Hij is een cultuurman.
It's a map of a place called Ventures Island.
That's right. Island Ventures has big plans for Ventures Island.
Looks like a wedding photo.
Ah, what a happy day that was. Bloom of the peach, blush of the berry. My sweet, sweet Mary.
Right. You've got quite the collection here. I don't even know.
Hetzelfde.
Ah, I used to try. I find
Nothing compliments a hot day like a roaring fire.
except perhaps a trench coat.
Nou, dan hebben we alles weer aangeklikt hier.
I do
man
apologize for the
zelf.
excitement out there. When in business, one must deal with all sorts of people.
Mensen.
Especially when you require funding.
What was that argument about?
Well, Island Ventures' subsidiary, Island Kitchen, is preparing to launch a new line of food. I'm holding the cards pretty close to my chest to avoid any leaks. Gordon doesn't like that. But surely that has nothing to do with why you've come to see me. Unless you, too, wish to inquire about the particulars of our new secret recipes?
I'm here on behalf of my client, your wife.
Mary? My God, I've been worried sick. Is she all right? She'd been acting like a completely different person, and then she just up and left.
Zo gek.
I've got some questions about your wife.
Please, go ahead.
Zo.
Was Mary spending time with anyone new prior to her memory loss?
Not that I know of. My work requires frequent travel, and Mary always insists on joining me. Couple that with a proclivity for solitude, and she isn't left with much opportunity to make new acquaintances. At least none that I would be unaware of.
Does Mary have any close friends?
Mary keeps largely to herself, but she does visit with my nephew's wife on occasion. Her name is Kiki Lawton.
Do you know how I can reach Mrs. Lawton?
Voor die advocaat.
I know Kiki and Mary often enjoy brunch together at the Chic Shore restaurant. You might try there.
What do you know about Mrs. Lawton?
Kiki is the wife of my nephew, Theodore, but I'm afraid I don't know her very well.
De vrouw van de advocaat.
If you don't mind, I've got other questions. Do you know of anyone who would want to harm Mary?
Heavens, no. Everyone loves Mary. She's kind and good. She never bothers anyone. Her mind would have to be truly unhinged to harm a sweet, delicate flower like Mary.
What do you know about Mary's past?
I'm afraid very little. I know both of Mary's parents died when she was young, and she has no siblings. But she doesn't like to talk about her past, and I don't wish to reopen old wounds.
Mary was given this pendant around the time she lost her memory. Look familiar?
Why, yes. She brought it to me shortly after her memory trouble began. We never were able to find out where it came from.
Lijkt me
Do you think it has anything to do with her amnesia?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. That's enough about your wife for now. Do you mind if I ask some personal questions?
Go right ahead.
You've amassed quite the fortune. Got any greedy-eyed next of kin looking for a slice of inheritance pie?
No, nothing like that. The only family I have aside from Mary is my nephew, Theodore Lawton. He runs a law practice downtown and works as my lawyer.
And if you and Mary were out of the picture, he would stand to inherit quite a lot of lettuce, right?
Are you suggesting that Theodore is trying to kill my wife?
I'm not suggesting anything, just exploring possibilities. Do you know of anyone who might want to do you harm? Someone who might go after your wife to get to you?
In business, one has many competitors. And of course, if you're successful, there are bound to be those who look on with covetous eyes. But business is about optimizing profit, detective, and there is no profit in harming a man's wife.
That's enough about you for now. Can you let me into the
Ja, we
greenhouse?
willen in de greenhouse.
My butler, Benny, manages the grounds here. You'll have to ask him about it.
Oké.
Though he has
Gaan we
become
doen.
a bit more particular about whom he lets in, since his tiff with the local barman.
That's all for now.
Godspeed, detective.
Nou, meneer Benny. Ik wil in de greenhouse.
Well, if it isn't Benny the butler.
Hello, detective. What can I do for you?
Kijk eens.
Ja.
What can you
Heel
tell
leuk.
me about Mrs. Fontule?
Mary is a good woman. She's always been generous to me. She used to sit for hours with that kind, blank stare of hers, listening to my opera when no one else would. It was unlike her to leave the way she did. I've been so worried. I do hope she's all right.
Did you notice anything strange about Mary before she lost her memory?
Not that I can recall. She seemed every bit her normal, quiet self. Completely imperturbable, as though a veil of calm separated her from the troubles of the world.
Did Mary start spending time with anyone new prior to her memory loss?
I don't think so. She only really spent time with Mr. Fontule and her friend Kiki Lawton. And myself, of course, the dear.
Do you know of anyone who would want to harm Mary?
No, I don't. Mary never hurt or offended anyone. Frankly, she didn't interact with all that many people to begin with.
Nee, dat zei die man ook.
I've got this gold pendant here. Have you ever seen it?
Sorry, no.
If you don't mind, I have a few other questions. What can you tell me about Mr. Fontule?
Mr. Fontule is a beneficent gentleman. I can make no complaints about the time I've spent working under his employ. Even if I could, it's not a butler's place to say such things.
Do you live here?
Why, yes. My quarters are adjacent to the staircase.
Ja, daar zijn we al geweest.
Can you let me into the greenhouse?
I'm afraid not. The Fontule greenhouse represents a spectacular botanical achievement. The variation in provenance among the flora we cultivate requires careful attention. The only way to maintain precise control over the environment is to limit the number of visitors we allow in. That's why I'm the only one with a key. I am sorry.
I got this letter here addressed to you.
Where did you get that?
Oh, dit hebben we al gehad.
This looks a letter from a book of and Mary care to explain.
You have... She's my dear... I will speak...
Thanks, Benny.
Hij is de enige die een sleutel heeft.
Ja.
We kunnen niet naar binnen, maar we hebben wel de tip gekregen om die Kiki op te zoeken bij het, wat was het, strandcafé.
Ja.
Dan stel ik voor dat we dat gaan doen in de volgende video.
Dat is goed.
Dus dan zou ik zeggen, graag weer tot de volgende keer.
Groetjes.
Joejoe.